Hey everyone, it's Amber, and today I'm going to be doing a tag that I never did when I first started BookTube, and since my channel is only about 4 months old, I can still do the new to BookTube / BookTube newbie tag. So I'm just gonna get straight into it and answer all these questions. This tag was created by Between Chapters. I will leave her channel down below. Question number 1 is, where are you joining us from? And I am from the United States. I have never left the United States, so I'd love to travel one day, especially to like England and Scotland and Wales and like that sort of area. Question number 2 is, how old are you? And I am 17. Question number 3 is, why did you join BookTube? And I joined BookTube because I have been watching videos for about 3 or 4 years before I started this channel, and I had always really wanted to start a channel, and I like had filmed videos but not uploaded them, and I finally decided to take a crack at it and upload videos, and so far it's been an amazing experience, and I can't wait to see what is to come from this channel and what new people I will meet. And yeah, so I really love this community, and that's also part of the reason I joined. I wanted to join YouTube since I was very young, and I really didn't know where I'd fit on YouTube. Like, I didn't really want to do beauty videos or fashion videos. That was when I was a lot younger. I was about 8 when I started being interested in YouTube. And then a few years ago I found BookTube. I forget whose channel was the first one I saw. I think it was Sasha Alsberg or Full of Bananas Books. But I saw their videos and I was like, oh my gosh, there's this whole community on YouTube for people that love books, and then it kind of just clicked that this is kind of the section of YouTube that I belong in, because I love reading and I love talking about books and fangirling about books and just everything about books. Question number 4 is, what is the meaning behind your channel name? And I actually started out on Bookstagram, which I'll show my Bookstagram right here. You can go follow it. It's at readinginfinitly, and it's spelled wrong. There's no E in infinitely. The links are down below to my Instagram if you're interested in that. But I actually did start out on Bookstagram, and I started my Bookstagram back in 2013, and I took my channel name from my Bookstagram, obviously, but I thought of that name because when I started my Bookstagram, I had just read The Fault in Our Stars, and I was trying to think of names that weren't taken, and Reading Infinitely wasn't taken, and that is how my name was born. But I've had this name for years now, so I couldn't change like my channel name to be different than my Instagram name, because it just, my channel name is spelled right, my Instagram name is not spelled right, and I was gonna change it, but I'm kind of like attached to it, so I can't. The next question is, what types of books do you read / what do you like talk about on here? I read basically all types of young adult books. I'll read, like, I love paranormal romance, it's like my guilty pleasure. Fantasy, I love fantasy so much, and sci-fi I really enjoy. I do read a few contemporary, but as I've said on here before, it's not like my favorite genre. I will read like anything within the young adult genre, and I really enjoy young adult literature. No matter what anyone else says about it, I love it. The next question is, what are some of your favorite authors? And my favorite authors include tons and tons of people, but my ultimate favorite authors are Sarah J. Maas. I love her work. The A Court of Thorns and Roses series is my absolute favorite by her, and probably like one of my favorite of all time. I love Jennifer L. Armentrout. I love Cassandra Clare, as you can see behind me. Obviously I love J.K. Rowling. The next question is, what was the last book that you read? And the last book I read was White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I've talked about this before, how much I love this series and love Jennifer L. Armentrout. It's just so great, and I'm definitely doing a review on the whole series. It'll probably be non-spoilery. The next question is, what do you use for bookmarks? And I use like iTunes cards, ones that I made like this, ones like this that I had when I was a kid, and like ones like this that I got in the bookstore, just like regular cute bookmarks that I bought. And I'll also use things like this. I'll use like anything pretty much that I can find. I use headphones at all times, but I'll use most things as bookmarks. The next question is, show us your current TBR pile. I have way too many books on my shelf that I have not read yet, so I can't really show you all of them, but I do have a lot of series I want to read, and if you're interested in that, I have my whole TBR on my Goodreads. What do you prefer, hardcover or paperback? I prefer paperback. Like, this is so much easier to read. Like, look at this. Ebooks or physical books. I obviously prefer physical books or borrowing books. I prefer owning books because then you can go back and look at your favorite parts, and also you kind of have the memory of how you bought them and just where you bought them and who you were with, and I just love collecting and owning books. Question 12 is what series or books got you into reading? And this is very complicated. I started reading when I was really young, and I honestly do not remember what series got me into reading when I was really young. I really liked like Junie B. Jones and a bunch of other like children's books, and I do actually have a video on my favorite children's books, which I will link in the I thing, so if you click the I up in the corner, then I will link it up there. So I do love those children's books, and they definitely helped me get into reading. I stopped reading in like at the end of, during like 4th grade-ish. I didn't read too much, but then I read Twilight at the end of 4th grade, and I read The Hunger Games in 6th grade, which really, Twilight propelled me, and then The Hunger Games like propelled me even more into reading. And then in 8th grade I did not read very much. I read a few things, but I really didn't read too many books. The summer before my freshman year I read City of Bones, and The Mortal Instruments got me into booktube and reading again, and I have not stopped since. The next question is, how did you discover booktube? And I sort of already answered this. I was looking up like, I think I was looking up Mortal Instruments like makeup tutorials or something, and I saw this video on Sasha Alsberg's channel, and it was like her doing her hair like Clary, and then I just kept watching her videos when she posted new ones, and now I am completely into booktube, and I watched a little bit of like Colin Bennet's books and got into it through her. So yeah, that's how I discovered and got into booktube. The next question is, what challenges do you think that you'll face with this channel? I think one of the challenges that I'm going to face with this is trying to be very consistent, which I have been so far, which I'm really happy with. But once school kind of rolls around, it starts to get kind of stressful because I'm going into my senior year. That's going to be a bit difficult to be able to keep up with my videos and school, but this is one of my top priorities in my life, and it's very important to me to keep me sane, to read and keep doing these videos, so I am going to like try my very, very best to keep uploading consistently even when I go back to school, which I have been in school while I did videos before and it's worked fine, but it was like the tail end of the year, so I didn't have like much to do. But it was before AP exams, and I still did it. I still filmed videos, even when I had to study for exams, so I think I'll be okay. The next question is, where else can we find you? Link up, and you can find all the links to all of my social media in the description as usual, but I will tell you all of them now. My Instagram, which is where I started out on, is readinginfinitely. I will put the name here so you don't get confused. My Twitter is readinginfinity because I could not be reading infinitely for some reason, and I believe my Goodreads is reading infinitely as well. Those are pretty much all my links. I was thinking about starting a Snapchat, but I do have a Snapchat, but it's like my personal one, but I was thinking about starting like a booktube one, so let me know if you guys are interested in that. I don't really know. That is about it for this video. I tag everyone who is new to booktube, no matter how old your channel is. If you haven't done this, then I tag you if you're watching this. This was super fun, and I'm really enjoying myself on booktube, and I hope that you guys are too. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe down below if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. I'll link all of my social media in the description, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!